Welcome, welcome, welcome. Okay, so today I'm going to be working with this particular jelly print of mine from the free collection over at Judy Armstrong Studios group. There's a link there, up in for a month it is. And so if anyone wishes to go and get it, there's 8 of them. I'm working with this one today. I'd really like you if you just left, said hello, of course, and just left one of your pieces of work. You uploaded a picture, which would be sensational. All right, so today I'm going to work with, and we are just continuing on that sort of abstract postcard layout sort of fun thing. I've printed out these free little flowers, which I'm actually going to incorporate with this particular piece of this print. This one's printed on onion skin, and I've got some colours out that I don't normally use, but I love this bit of beautiful purple, or in fact it's probably more what is it, lilac-y purple, that one there and this one here in the print. So what I've got is I've got my jelly plate out, and what I want to do, okay, so yes, I printed this out. It's on onion skin. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to, on my little jelly plate, you know, my little tiny jelly plate, I'm going to, now I could paint these, actual, you know, use the Inktense, but I just thought it'd be nice and easy if I could just, you know, kind of do a few that are a little bit different, you know. I just want to, it's very, very, very strong. I might add some water to it quickly before it gets all... Just pull that on now. Okay, I'm just going to... Oh, that's better. It's like a bit of like a... Just going to spray that down, make it a bit... Perfect. Okay. And I want the I want how it's uneven. I could do it on my big plate, but really I'll just get rid of that onto those. Now I could leave that as a background and go in with some Inktense pencils or paints, but I just thought I'd just layer up a couple of colours. This purple and this pink were the ones that I wanted to try, and as I said, I will water that down a little bit, and then I'm going to that's an intense colour. Nice. I think I'm just going to put a stencil over the top, just on that side there. Okay, now, so I don't want it too thin, too thick, too thick because I want to be able to still see the print that I've got going on underneath. But I do want some extra textural pieces on it. Okay. Take that off and use it on there. All this onion skin paper. Nice. All right. Now, just got a bit of gold. Just going to lay that out on the jelly plate, and I'm not too sure. Let's just see if I pull that up. It's quite strong. So maybe I won't push quite as hard because I just want touch on some of these. Oh, that's better. Because obviously I'm going to use these as individual pieces eventually on here. Using all this gorgeous paper. Now, obviously we could keep working on this and making it however, you know, adding more colors or whatever, but for my purpose today, that's about as all I need. So when I go to create with this particular piece of paper, I am actually going to use, I think at this point anyway, this. I'm also going to use some gold. I'll probably use some gold paint. And that's as much as I've got at present. Okay, so that's the piece of paper that I'm going to use with that. Hi again. So I've just gone and got a couple of other bits and pieces, and in that very short space of time, I decided that I was going to use this originally, these little postcards, but I actually have enough little postcards at the moment. So what I'm going to do is actually make an art piece. But when I say an art piece, so it's pretty much the same as a postcard. It just doesn't have postage stamps on it. Although, you know, you could put postage stamps on it if you want it. It's not really stopping you. So what I've decided to do is utilize this book I have, which is an A4 book really. And because there's so many other pieces of paper that I've found that I want to use with this printable, and the jelly plate and some prints and so forth, so I'm just going to use that. Then if I wanted to do anything with it, I could always photocopy it and utilize it that way if I wanted to. But I cut out of that print that I made, I've cut out 3 of these lotuses. Now I don't know whether the 3 of them are going to work or whether I'm going to make a picture with the lotus or what I'm going to do, or whether I'm just going to use one of them. But that is my focus point today, I think. I also have, so what I'm going to do is, I've got that gorgeous black background. I'm just going to get this bit here. This is the bit that I really, really like. And where's that other pink piece? Oh, I like these too. I'll just get these too. No, I don't know that I like straight edges. I never have before. Can't imagine why I would now. Sorry. So I am going to have to take that a little bit away. Get rid of that straight edge. Alright, now the other thing I want to do is incorporate either some of this scripting into that it's already made, or now remember your layouts, okay? Remember your layouts, and remember oh, I forgot to tell you, I made the layout page. I haven't got it. I made the layout page. The 10 design compositions. So this is in my studio at the moment, but I am actually going to probably next month make that available on my page. No, I'm not too sure where it's going to be available, because I just need to see whether this one actually works or not. So, but I will make that available. Now let's see. So if you were doing this one, you could make it a cantilever kind of thing, couldn't you? You could make it that way, just running along there. Also have these fabulous pieces of paper, which is just it's actually one of my prints, but it's just been printed out in black and white. So that always gives, you know, you've got so many different textures, but when you print in black and white and not in colour, they look completely different. Just break those up. I quite like all of those. This lotus is actually quite large. Was one of the reasons I had to go to a bigger page, because the focus point was too big for what I was trying to do. It's a total play, isn't it, when you're trying to lay them out and get them to work right. Sometimes less is more, you know, sometimes less is more. it's not that way. Maybe it's the... Oh yeah, it kind of reminds me of the water, you know, with that sitting like that with the water. Oh yeah, maybe I'm just going to start with that actually, which is very much a horizontal design composition. I think only one of the flowers though. Where did I put those flowers? The lotuses. And I think only one. Or maybe not, maybe two. I don't think I can have three. Oh, maybe I can have half. I really like the idea of having a sort of a lotus pond going on. Very extremely abstract lotus pond, but there you go. All right, that is my abstract lotus pond. That is what it's called. I will stick that down and I shall be back. So I'm back, and oh, I did get a piece of my Ferrero Share Gold. And I'm going to stick first of all some of this down. And I also got a couple of just those little bits of black and white, which I'm going to just pop around, maybe 3 of them, so around the area. And then I'm going to put these beautiful pieces of shiny gold down. Until it is looking how I want it to look. But I think that's... So you get the idea. Alright, so I'll go off and do that, and then I'll come back. So, back, it's dried. Now, I've been thinking about what I'm going to do with this, the next step of this particular one. And I decided I'm going to use my Derwent Ink Tense pencils on it. And, you know, using these gorgeous pictures, I'm going to go around the lotus. And just highlight it a little bit more, make it look a little bit more like my work, even though it's not. It's someone else's little drawing, but I'm going to utilize that. Then I'm going to get my little, now you know Inktense, they're permanent. Once you wet them, they won't come off. They're not like watercolor. So that's what I'm going to do. Just add that beautiful Inktense to that. And I'm going to do the 3 of them the same at this point. I won't, yeah. Now, Inktense, they're Derwent, they're sensational. They must be my favourite pencil. I've got both pencils and the blocks, and they are just fantastic things. So, I won't sit here and do this, but I will do this and then dry it, and then I'll come back with the next step that I'm going to do. Okay, catch you soon. Okay, so I also wanted to show that you could just use watercolor pencils. Don't have to have the ink tints, obviously, because I mean we have watercolor in the back, a watercolor paint in the background. So just add a bit of watercolor pencil, give it a bit more texture, like so. That one's not quite stuck down well enough, is it? And then the same as if you add a bit of water to it, kind of comes alive, just like the ink tints, except that these aren't permanent, which on this particular thing, it doesn't really make a difference, does it? Doesn't really have to be archival or anything like that. So now I'm going to obviously come back in with some inking, and I was also thinking that I might put some script sort of pieces down here. I don't know whether they're going to be big scripts or little scripts, but I think that's enough for me today, and I'm going to see how that video went and how long it is, and I will do some little script. It could even be the tissue paper, you know how I do tissue paper, script onto the tissue paper, then put that on. I'll have a look at that, and also my inking, my scripting, or a stamp, or at this point you could, you know, do quite a lot of things. Yeah, you know, I have the little tiny lotus stamps, so you know, with the big lotuses, maybe I might get the little lotus stamp out and just put a couple more in here in pink that are small lotus. Anyway, I'll have a bit of a think about that, and I'll get back. Okay, take it easy. So of course I had to get the stamps out, didn't I? So I got the Asian collection of mine that I sorted out during COVID, and I just have a few things. I don't have that many things in the Asian area, but I do have these lovely stamps and so forth. But I was just thinking that lotus that I was talking about would be really cool. I think it's that lotus there, yeah. So I could just stamp a couple, maybe just a couple around the place, and then I might, since I've got the stamps out, I might even put, no, I'm not going to go stamping, no, different thing. But I will actually put these lotus ones on, because I think that actually will be quite beneficial, just to have those couple more. Okay, it's a very bright pink. And I suppose I could have just actually you know, really just drawn them, but it's nice to have an outline, isn't it? I think the other one just needs to go there, like so. Just clean that off. This tiny little pink stamp that I have. I was very tempted to actually put a dragonfly in, but you know, obviously all of these little things, you've got to know when to stop. In fact, I just recently had a lady ask me that question, and it is, you've just got to stop and sit back, haven't you? And you could do so much on one page, but you don't need to. You need to, and sitting back and just looking at it always helps I think that's what I said. I think just stop and have a look, leave it till tomorrow. So what I am going to do though to follow along in that same regard with these is I'm actually going to use the Inktense pencil just to outline those shapes a bit more, just so that they uniform with the other ones. And I am going to leave it till tomorrow, and I'll come back in the morning and have another bit of a play and just put the final touches on it. Okay, see you in the morning. Hey! Alright, so here we are. Now, I got the, I thought that I was going to put script and then my own script, you know, some sort of script down here in some way. And then I thought maybe I could put music. This is what happens. So I had all these tissue pieces that I'd actually cut out. So I think that what I'm actually going to do is put some music, and oddly enough in the same way as the those horizontal lines, how it was set up in there. Yeah, I'm going to put some music across the page, I think. So that's not script, but of course I probably still will do some script. So I think that I'm going to add some, like a musical lotus page, although it is called an abstract lotus pond. I did name it before. I'll just stick with the name that I've got. I like to name my pieces. You know, when the first thing you say normally is, you know, spot on. Now remember, these are translucent, so you're going to see the colours underneath them, and you don't need many. Might just grab maybe one more bit. Maybe there. Alright, I think that is enough, and I am going to use my glue stick and glue those all down, and then I'll be back. Okay, hi, I'm back. Righto. So I've glued those down and packed up my little tissue. And I'm going to get some ink, which is in here, because I find I waste a lot of it if I actually I waste a lot of it if I leave it in the, you know, in the pretty things. Unless I was doing, I have a beautiful stone, Japanese stone, and the sumi, I do use the blocks of sumi inks, but if I leave them out for too long, it just seems to waste. So I like this ink in particular, because it I can put the lid on the jar and it can just stay exactly how I want it. Now, it's my signature. I think what I'm going to do is actually, I'm just going to add a little bit of black in here, but I think I'm going to add some white to it too. And just bring those, add some black into the center of those flowers. But I will get the white Posca pen out, I think. Alright, I think that's done. I'm not doing any more. Just going to use up this ink on my brush. Just like to, you know, lunge up. That will do. Perfect. That can be used for something or other along the way. Alright, they're not needed, I don't think. I was going to do a bigger, and I could have done that, but I quite like the three up the top. Now, I'll just let this dry and I'll come back and I'll do the Posca pen. Okay, dried. Just going to throw a few white dots on the top of that. And stop. That's it. It's finished. I really like it. Okay, and it's called the Abstract Lotus Pond. Alright, thanks very much for watching today. Now tomorrow or the next day, I probably won't do these every day because they're quite large and I don't know how long that is. But the next one I was actually going to, and I can just show you, I was going to do this kind of very archaeological kind of coloured ones, and I didn't know which one I was going to use, but they're brown and very archaeological. So I have, because I like those sorts of vases and so forth. So I was considering using maybe some of these little archaeological vases in this one and making an, you know, some sort of dig, or I could use a lantern, or I have three choices. I could use a door, and I printed out some of my new little doors, which I have to tell you, when I was printing out these, and when I was in Spain, I was taking photos, and Italy. Last year I was in Italy and I was taking photos of doorways and everything, and I was printing them out this morning. And this is an absolutely sensational, and you probably can't see it, but you know, this is an absolutely beautiful metal door with all. Do you think I took it without me and my friend in front of it? No, I have 4 photos of this particular door that's sensational, with me and Kim in the picture. So that was a bit annoying, but anyway, not to worry. We will just have to, yes, I'll just have to paint me out or something, yeah, in if I use that one. But this time last year, the reason I mentioned it, this is the time last year that we were actually there. So yes, that's very significant because we're not going this year. Okay, I shall see you tomorrow or the next day. All right. You take care of yourselves. Thank you for subscribing. Don't forget you can pick these up at Judy Armstrong Studio group page on Facebook. They're free for a month and it comes out on the 28th. So I don't know what day it is now, but and I'm working with them until they're done. All right. Bye.